Hi, and welcome to Learn How to Use the App Session 1. This video is designed for you to follow along with me. Pause when you need to pause, fast forward as you need to fast forward. I want this to be at your own pace. We're going to build out 3 proposals during this session. The first one, we're going to build a simple AC gas furnace change out. The second quote will apply discounts, pricing adjustments and rebates. And finally, in the last quote, we'll search for an old quote and revise it so that we can apply financing, and we'll take a look at the install button in the app. For our first quick proposal, we'll start in the navigation menu and we'll select quick proposal. When I use quick proposal, it creates a brand new customer and opens a new sales call every time I use it. I'm going to call this customer Tuesday Quick. Customer number, lead source, and job number are optional fields, and then I'll tap on continue to open up the quote. If you look across the bottom of the iPad, you'll see that there are tabs. We are going to move from left to right through these tabs and build out the quote. If you're working on an Android tablet, your tabs will be across the top, or they may be in a drop-down menu under that first tab at the top left. Customer information, everything that you fill in here will appear on the customer quote and on the site survey. I'm just going to very quickly fill in this information and then we'll move on to the next tab. Move to the Company tab. Company tab is part of your sales presentation. I'll talk more about that later in the series. And then we'll go to option 1. Now in your option tabs, you'll notice up at the top you have a system, sub-tab, components, and ductless. If you have matched AHRI systems built into your price book, they would appear on the System tab. We're going to work a la carte today on the Components tab. Look down the left-hand side of the tablet. You'll see you have underlined field names, type, manufacturer, etc. I'm going to touch the actual word type, and I'm going to select an air conditioner, and then I'll do the same with manufacturer, and I'll do the same with model. I'm going to move through this drop down. Everything's alphabetical here. I'm going to select the last one. Again, I'll select a coil, move through the drop down, select the last item. And then I'll select my gas furnace. These model display names are always alphabetical. They're pretty quick to move through. Once I've selected my system, you'll see over on the right that I do have pricing that has populated. In the cooling section, you can see that I have a picture of a brochure. If I tap on that brochure, it opens up the brochure for me to share with the customer. The up to efficiency ratings will also pre-populate for me, and the registered equipment, parts, and compressor warranty auto-populate. The labor warranty in this case is an optional field that your company may choose to autofill for you. We're not going to make any adjustments to the pricing, so I'm going to apply a down payment of $1,000. We're going to make it a cash deal, so I'll turn off the financing. We'll talk about financing later today. I would go through the same process again for option 2. And for option 3. Moving through the tabs, enhancements are next. Notice there are 3 tabs here on an iPad, accessory, add-on, and materials. On an Android tablet, you would be moving directly to the accessory tab. You won't see the enhancement tab. I'll go ahead and I'll open up the thermostat block by touching the plus sign. I can open up the list of thermostats available by touching the Honeywell Lyric words. And I can select a thermostat. Again, I've got a brochure. It is being applied to option 1, 2, and 3. I know that because all 3 dots are filled in. I'll move to the Add-ons tab. Again, this service agreement is being added to all 3 options, and I can move to Materials, and I can select the materials that I would like to add. Pricing in this case has auto-populated. Next is the Notes tab. This is my opportunity to personalize the quote for the customer, maybe with more specific information about the system recommendations, or maybe just say, hey, it was great meeting you today. You have a great dog. I have a More button here. I can display more text boxes to add more personalizations. In the final notes section, we do have a requested install date field. If I tap on the calendar and the date, I can select a requested install date. And if I need to add additional notes, I would touch the plus sign to add additional notes. All these selections will appear on the customer quote. Finally, I'll move to the Signature tab. You can see that my 3 options are displaying across the top. I can view the brochures on the Signature tab here in the Brochure Viewer. I can show the details in the quote. I like to keep things compact, so I'm going to close up the details. At this point, I would probably share the proposal with my customer, so I would tap on View to share the quote. You can see all that information has pre-filled into the customer section. Here's my 3 options, a little picture of the brochure, summary of the equipment that was selected, the accessories that I've selected, additional services, etc. Each tab in the app corresponds to a section on the quote. The install date, the notes that I added, and my company's terms and conditions. When I'm finished sharing this with the customer, I'll tap on Done to close it up. Before I email it to the customer, this is very important. I want to lock the values down in the quote, and I can do that by signing in the company approval signature box. This allows me to reopen this quote at a later date, make a change to it, and the software will automatically create a new version of the quote for me, but maintain the history of the old quote with the customer. I'll tap on Accept. I'll email it to the customer, tap Done. The very last step in the process is I will return to my navigation menu and select View Schedule to complete the job. Select Completed in the center. Signed by Rep Only. Submit. For our second quote today, we're going to build out another quick proposal, but I'm going to show you how to see what is included in the cash price. I'm going to show you how to apply discounts, pricing adjustments, and rebates. We're going to start in the navigation menu. We're going to use Quick Proposal. It's going to create a new customer and a new sales call. Every time I use it, we'll call this Quick Proposal 2. And we'll tap on Continue. We'll fill in the customer information. Move to the Company tab. Move to our first option. Build it a la carte. Touch the word Type. Select an air conditioner, select a coil, furnace. Over on the right hand side, you can see that my pricing has populated. I want it to be a cash deal. I'm going to turn off the financing. And now I want to show you how to see, well, what's included in that price. To see what's included in that price, I'm going to touch the word Install. This is the Install Manager portion of the app. Install Manager users, I will touch more on this in later sessions. For today, I just need you to notice that there are overall job costs A permit is automatically been added to the quote. We'll say for the area that I'm in, it should be $150. I typed in $150. I have additional job costs. If I touch the plus sign, I can add additional job costs. What displays as labor and install kits is being pulled through from your company's business rules. I will touch on making adjustments to those prices later for my Install Manager users. The install button shows me that there is $2,500 being included in the sale price for this system that I've quoted. I'll tap on Save to close it up. Now I want to add an instant cash rebate to this quote. To add a discount to this quote, I will touch the words Total Product Discount, touch the plus sign, and in the description I'm going to type instant cash rebate. This is different than a mail-in rebate. I'll show you mail-in rebates on the signature tab. I'm going to hit add again because I also want to give them a customer loyalty discount. It's a percentage. And I'll hit save. Both of these lines will appear on the customer quote. Now I've just given away $769 on this quote. I may need to pad my price to cover chargebacks and to cover the cost of giving that money away. So I'm going to tap on the words suggested retail price to apply a hidden pricing adjustment. I'm going to adjust the price by $500 to cover some of that discounting I gave away. And I'll tap on save. This line will not display on the customer's quote. Again, I'll put on a $1,000 down payment. It's a cash deal, and I'll move on to option 2. Same process. I'll just select some equipment very quickly here so you can see. Discount. Pricing adjustment. Discount. Pricing adjustment. Cash price. Install button to add the permit. On the Enhancements tab, again, I'll select my thermostats, touch the words to display the drop-down. To discount here, I need to touch the subtotal dollar amount and apply my discount. This discount will appear as a line item on the customer's quote. And the same thing for services. Touch the words, touch the subtotal to apply a discount. Materials are flat rate pricing, so there is no discounting here. You can take the price up or you can take it down. Everything I've selected in the app will appear on the customer's quote. Again, I've got my notes tabs to personalize the quote for my customers. Tap more to get some more real estate to type in, add a requested install date, and any additional final notes that you would like to have appear on the quote. And the final tab is the signature tab. My 3 options display. I could present from this view to my customer. Notice that because I have applied discounts, I now have a savings section. So if I tap on view, I get a list of the savings associated with option 2 and option 3. Touch show details to show all of the efficiency ratings and all of the materials that are included. Mail-in rebates are added here. Touch Add Rebates. This price book happens to have pre-built rebates. That is an extra. If you'd like to have that, talk to your CSS about it. I made a selection, tap Save, and you'll see these show up in a different spot on the quote when we look at the quote. I can open the brochures from here. And we'll share the quote with the customer. This is the quote that your customer will receive when you email it to them. There is an applied discount section to remind the customers what their discounts are in the quote. And the summary shows a selected payment as cash. And there is a rebate section that shows what the mail-in rebate will be. Doesn't change the balance the customer owes you, but it does alert them that there is a mail-in rebate available. My requested install date and my notes appear. Go ahead and tap Done. Before I send this quote to the customer, I do need to sign it to lock the values down. And then I email it to the customer. Last step in the process is I return to my schedule, select the customer's name, touch Completed, select a code. When I hit Submit, all of the information is submitted to the management portal and you will receive a back office email. For our last proposal, we're going to run through a scenario where a customer calls us and asks us to make a change to a proposal. In our case, the customer is going to ask us to build a quote that displays the financing. So rather than start with quick proposal, we want to reopen that sales call and reopen the quote that we wrote last week. So we'll go to the navigation menu and we'll go to search. We'll type in the customer's name. I could type also search by the date, accepted, declined, pending. I can apply some advanced filters to really narrow down what I'm looking for. I always turn on show obsolete down here under proposals. I want to see everything that I've quoted for a customer. If I don't have show obsolete turned on, I won't see any quotes that have been revised. I like to see everything, so I recommend turning that on. And then I'll tap on Go. There's all my quick proposals, got quite a few of those going. And we'll select Quick Proposal 2. Open up the quote. Go to the first option. I can see my options been built out. Customer says, I want this option, but I need to have it financed. So I'll turn on financing. I'm going to recommend a couple of programs for her. Actually, I'm recommending one, the Synchrony 60 payment program, but I want to compare it with 2 other programs and let the customer decide how she wants to handle it. And move to option 2. We'll select some different programs for this quote though. And then we'll go to option 3. Switch it to finance price and we'll compare different programs. So you don't have to have the same 3 programs or 4 programs on every option. You can mix and match however you want. I'll move to the Enhancements tab. Now on the Enhancements tab, you can see now that thermostat has 3 different lines. And the reason it has 3 different lines is because the sale price of the thermostat will be adjusted based on the recommended finance program that I've selected. And so if I need to discount here, remember I tap on the words to discount. My discounts are sticky, they're still there, but since I'm financing, I have to remove that discount. So I just took it away. No discount for option 3. And the same thing applies for option 2 and option 3. I'll just leave those in. Move on to add-ons. Financing upcharge has recalculated the sale price of the accessories and the add-ons, but the discounts are sticky. They remain in place. Move to the materials. Financing fee upcharge does not apply here. Remember, this is flat rate pricing. If I want to change the price of the materials because of the financing, I can change the price. Notes, I'm going to leave everything the same. Thanks for the opportunity to offer financing. And I'll move to the signature tab. Signature tab has repopulated. I have different dollars amounts of savings. Customer has decided maybe to go with option 2, so I'll select option 2. Get a reminder of what her savings are. I can view the brochures. I can also view the rebates or change the rebates if needed. Your rebates are also sticky, so pay attention here. If you change any equipment, you're going to need to change the rebate. Take a look at the quote. There's my option 2 that's highlighted because it's been selected. Savings are showing on the quote. My additional services and install materials discounts are displaying. You can see I have a different program that's been selected for each payment type, but the other programs are also there, giving the customer the opportunity to change their mind. Rebates section, because I have mail-in rebates selected. I have an investment summary now because I've selected an option. Okay. Final step. Before I email it, always sign it. If the customer has agreed to it, whether it's remotely because you have them on the phone or live, you do need a signature in this acceptance box to have the status change to accepted. So this proposal has been accepted. You can see that in the status box. Email it to the customer. Now I am done. I did not start this quote from my schedule, so I don't have to return to the schedule. A quick summary. Quick proposal 1, we built out a simple AC gas furnace changeout, made no changes to anything. Quick proposal 2, we built out a simple AC gas changeout, but we did apply some discounts, pricing adjustments, and rebates. And then lastly, in proposal 3, I showed you how to reopen a quote, to revise it. We learned how to apply financing, and we took a look at the install button. In session 2, we'll do a deep dive into the navigation menu. I'll show you how to schedule a job, attach an installation checklist to the job. We'll look at ways to adjust for job complexity, ways to present your company's value prop, and how to build a ductless multi-zone system. If you have any questions, please reach out to your CSS or visit our online learning center to learn more about the features in Sales Builder Pro. Have a great day.